The Nintendo of America localization for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door remake appears to have transgendered the character of Vivian. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And we have this screenshot, which appears to be taken from the Paper Mario The Thousand-Year Door remake, which comes out later this week. I believe it goes on sale May 23rd. Obviously, some people might have been able to get their hands on it earlier. We have seen some outlets were given copies to play through, at least the first 15 or 20 minutes or so. But Jonas J. Campbell, investigative reporter for That Park Place, shared a screenshot from the upcoming game that features dialogue from Vivian saying, "Truth is, it took me a while to realize I was their sister, not their brother. Now their usual bullying feels heavier." Obviously, with the implication that the character was a female or was a male and transitioned to a female, which is impossible. Just can't do that. And so in the original English localization for Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which was released in 2004 for GameCube, Vivian was depicted as a girl. However, in the original Japanese version, this was pointed out to me by YouTuber Short Fat Otaku, aka Dev, during an appearance on Side Scrollers, which I also was a part of. Great show over there. The Japanese version of the game describes the character as an otokonoko, or a femboy, basically a male who dresses up in women's clothes. It's basically the opposite of a tomboy, which is a girl who dresses up in men's clothes. This is basically a tom girl, I guess, which is a male who dresses up in women's clothes. And that's how he was depicted in the original Japanese version. It's believed that they decided to not do that in the original localization back in 2004 because of the game's rating. They didn't want to have it go any higher because they wanted to sell it basically to children. It's a Mario game, right? So, short fact, Otaku explained how the character is depicted in the Japanese version while reading a post from MajinKin97. He said this: in the original party info and in the original game and Goombella's tattle log, it says that Vivian is an otokonoku, an effeminate male, otherwise known as a male daughter or femboy or a trap, not trans. That's a delusional headcanon. His catch card uses the same word, again, not trans. And then he pulled up the catch card here, which you can see. And it reads, one of Mario's partners introduced in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, a cute boy wielding fire magic who was once part of a group of enemies known as the Shadow Trio. So he was a boy, a male, that was dressing up as a woman, aka a cross-dresser, but not transgender. So that looks like what they're doing here, though, is that they are now fully embracing transgender ideology and putting it into the remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Trying to normalize this type of ideology, this idea of transitioning, which leads to so many harms: emotional, spiritual, physical. I'm not going to get into it here. I've kind of talked about it on a number of other videos, so I'm not going to kind of broach that right here. But this is not the first change that Nintendo of America's localization team made to the remake of Paper Mario: Thousand-Year Door. The game completely changed dialogue at the beginning of the game when Mario and Goombella are confronted by a number of Goombas. In the original game, the Goombas state, hey man, what's up? Who's the hottie you got there with you? What's up, baby? Why don't you hang with us for a while? We play real nice. Man, what's a fine-looking Goomba doing with a tubby mustache man like that? And then Goombella responds, oh, it is like so sweet that you boys think I'm cute. Seriously. Yeah, guys. Like, you make me feel like totally barfing. Now get out of our way. And the Goombas reply, ouch, that was cold. What, you're too good for us? Come off it, sister. Nobody zings us like that. Nobody. Let's get them. And then a battle ensues, and obviously you beat up the guys who are catcalling Goombella here. And that's in the original 2004 GameCube. If you want to watch it, I've got it marked here. You just can click and hit the playthrough in the article. I have the article in the description below. But in the remake, this dialogue is completely changed. The Goombas tell Mario and his party, hey man, what's up? You think it's cool to just waltz your way into our underground? Typical. You surface level snobs are so stuck up. Oh, I get to see the sun. I like to breathe clean air. Oh, huh. Yeah. Come on over here, scruffy mustache man. We're going to teach you some proper manners. And then Goombella says, leave him alone. Can't two academics and a world-famous hero wander the sewers of a port town in peace? If this is your usual greeting to visitors, then you must have learned it down here, because it stinks. And the Goombas report, ouch, that was cold. What, you're too good for a fight? If you ain't looking to tussle, then stay out of the sewer. Nobody doesn't start a fight with us. Nobody. Let's get them. And then the fight takes place. Obviously, the original version, much better. This version here is just, it's cringe. Doesn't really make any sense. Where the other one is actually like, these guys clearly catcalling Goombella, Goombella calling them out, and then Mario beating the crap out of them as they attack her and defends her. So that is the other major change the game has made. We'll see if there's more. Obviously, I'm sure people will be finding out more as the game is released to the wider audience, like I said, later this week. And all of this comes as Nintendo of America has a number of job listings for localizers that require awareness of culturalization and D&I related topics. One listing on the Nintendo of America career page, it's since been removed. If you go there was a 404 error, but got an archive link. But it was for a localization production specialist. And I don't know why they removed it. Maybe they filled the role. Maybe they didn't like our coverage of it, what have you. But it was for a localization production specialist, Japanese, located in Redmond, Washington. And it notes that one of the duties of the position is to have awareness of culturalization and DEI-related topics. This duty is the 9th of 18 bullet points under the localization duties of the position. Most of the other bullet points do seem innocuous and related to the position, such as translates game, text, graphic assets, voice scripts, marketing materials, and supplementary development and testing-related documents and materials as required to support products and services through launch and beyond. Another bullet point reads, plays pre-production software in Japanese and communicates and clarifies developer intent through text translation and collaboration with other team members. Not only does this job listing have a localization portion of its duties, it also has a marketing section. Under the marketing duties, it requires the employee to leverage understanding of game content and target market trends and culture in making recommendations and proposals related to market strategy and tactics. So it's possible the reason why they changed Vivian to be what looks to be a transgender now is because they are trying to push that in the US market. Furthermore, the listing also states that the employee will be able to act as spokesperson for Nintendo by demonstrating games to media, participating in interviews, presenting on live streams, and supporting other promotional efforts. So obviously, this is being embedded into the Nintendo of America culture, this woke ideology. We know that they have a DEI department as well, much like all the other major video game studios, and it's clearly making its way into the games now, into this Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door remake, where it looks like they have made this character Vivian into a transgender character. Where in the original GameCube, in the English localization, she was a female. Then obviously in the Japanese, the character was always male, but dressed in female clothes. But let me know what you guys make of this. What do you make of Nintendo of America, their localizer, turning the character of Vivian into a transgender for Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable to each other, but to always speak the truth.